What up? PTM here.
Wow, what a great last second addition you just threw on there.
This is my championship crown. I just started this. You got one coming to you in the mail. Whoever has the best pick of the day, of the week, gets to wear this.
We might have to get PTM branded headbands too.
We will.
Yeah.
It's happening. But this is the official NBA one, due to my amazing Jimmy Butler pick last night.
Yeah, that was really great.
Yes.
You remember when they used to, like, there was like a 1 year period where everybody was wearing like the headbands that had like the thing in the back. It was like a tie in the back.
Yeah. They still sell them. But yeah, you don't see guys wear them, but yeah.
That was in and out real quick.
Yeah. So I'm glad you like it.
Jimmy was looked like he was going to be on pace for like 10 assists, then disappeared.
Yeah.
Got the Twitter following very nervous, I saw.
Yeah.
But he ultimately came in and delivered the five assists. So
yes.
Well done.
Very well done. I would like to mention that when we put out something like a straight line and then an extra juicy one, I know you mentioned this to one of our followers, it is good not to bet the same amount on both of those things.
Yeah, exactly. You as a general statement, what I like to do is you put, 1 unit on the straight line, and then you can sprinkle enough to cover whatever you'd win.
Cover that bet if it doesn't hit, and if it does, you have an amazing night.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think I've only had that happen to me once, where everything covered, and that was with what's the guy on the Heat?
Duncan Robinson?
Yeah, Duncan Robinson. He went off for 9 threes, and every possible scenario covered. It was so great.
We tried those Duncan Robinson 3-point ladders many times.
Yes, that was like the 7th after the 7th time. Never give up. All right, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. We're gonna cover them all, or any of them just ugly to you?
No, it's actually, high totals in all these games. I don't have, there's a few games I just have one pick, so they should go quickly, but I got something on every one of them.
On everyone? Okay. All right, let's jump into it. We got the Hornets at the Pistons. Pistons are -1, totals 239.5. What is popping?
All right. This is actually the game I have the most stuff on, so bear with me here real quick, okay?
It's usually the first game of the night that you do, so.
Yeah. So, a couple things here. So you have two teams that are Charlotte's on a back-to-back and Detroit's on 3 days rest. So right there, there's a big discrepancy, definitely leaning in Detroit's favor here, regardless of how bad they are. They're not that bad, though. So I did some digging into Charlotte players on back-to-backs and Detroit guys on 3 days rest. So here's what I got. Gordon Hayward over 19.5 par. It's -106. He's done that in 9 of his last 11 games on a back-to-back. And in one of those games, he only played 20 minutes. So he's really done it in 9 of 10. He's cleared this in his last 6 road games on a back-to-back. And in one game against Detroit last season, he had 29 par. So I like this. I think sometimes those older guys, it can go one of two ways. One, the extra rest is good for them, and maybe some other guys, keep the muscles loose and moving. Maybe they do better on the back-to-back. So that's the theory we're going with on Gordon Hayward. Then just one other little one on Gordon Hayward, because I thought this was juicy. So since last season, he's played 6 road games, as I mentioned before, on a back-to-back. He has 2 threes in 4 of those road games. He has 2+ threes in 6 of his last 10 games on a back-to-back. So his line for 2+ made threes tonight is +250. I think there's some nice value there. So I wanted
+250 for 2 threes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he is more of a mid-range kind of guy, right?
He is, but but he gets there.
239 points. Somebody's going to be scoring.
Exactly.
And I was fading. I know this won't be a play, so I can say it, but I was fading LaMelo tonight. I actually think I was not. I didn't really want to go with an underplay, but that I think he's not going to have a huge scoring night, so I think that will lead to Hayward possibly scoring more.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. Yeah. Because he will. He will be like the primary ball handler. Like when LaMelo's not with like that second unit, you see him do that a lot. So, the other one on Charlotte I liked is your boy Mason Plumlee, over 14.5 points, minus 115. He's done it in his last 9 of 10 road games, but this comes with one caveat. He seems to not be so great on back-to-backs. He's only cleared this line in 2 of his last 20 games on a back-to-back.
Ooh, don't like that.
Yeah. So it was compelling on one end and non-compelling on the other end. So that's all I have on the Charlotte side. Did you?
The only play I had in this game, it was kind of a weird prop that just popped out. It called to me.
Okay.
Terry Rozier. Over 4.5 rebounds, which seems like a lot. I think typically think about Terry as a 3 to 4 rebound guy.
Yeah,
but plus money, plus 130. He's done it in 5 of his last 6 games, and let me read you off his last 4 games: 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's been increasing his rebound production over the last 4 games. And when they played Detroit earlier this season, he had 5. So
nice.
Potential spot for some regression. But I like the recent trend, and I think there's going to be a lot of missed shots in this game. So
yeah. Also, the 2 positions to target against Detroit are bigs and combo guards. So combo guards, that's Terry Rozier. So I like
good.
That. Yeah. I got a couple on the Detroit side. So the first one is Sadiq Bey, over 21.5 PR, minus 1. No, we don't bet on Bey. Is he on the restricted list?
Finish your thought, please, and then I'll sorry, I was rude. But yes,
he was out tonight, is he?
No, he's just on the he's
on the no bet list.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just real quick. All 4 games since last season on 3 days rest. He's cleared this line. He's done it in 7 of his last 8 games overall and 5 of his last 6 at home. So some nice recent trends and also some historical stuff there. But good. Yeah, I hear you with Sadiq Bey. But I think you'll like this one because I think you were on this the other day. Jalen Duren, over 10.5 rebounds.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's done it in 8 of his last 9 at home, averaging 12.6 rebounds per game. The only game he played on 3 days rest this season was on January 23rd against Milwaukee, and he had 15 rebounds. And he also played Charlotte on December 14th and had 19 rebounds.
19 rebounds. Yeah. I really wanted to play his PR tonight because he is the kind of guy who, flip-flops between having huge rebound games and then huge point games. Huge meaning like 14, 15 points. But
yeah, for him.
But he had such a poor point performance against Charlotte in that game. I think he only had like 4 or 5 points or something like that. So I like his rebounds.
Yeah, I looked at that too. One thing to note is that game against Milwaukee on 3 days rest, he had 23 points in that game. 23 points, 15 boards.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Did you speak? So he's up there in like one of the more efficient players in the league in terms of production per minute.
Per minute, yeah.
Did you see what Andre Drummond did last night for the Bulls? He's on the Bulls, right?
No, yeah, but he'll come in and get like a dozen rebounds and like
he had a double in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like the first time it had been done in like 50 plus years.
Yeah. I recall him doing something similar earlier in the season where he just had a massive number of rebounds very quickly. And then this last one, it was speaking to me, though I don't know if I've ever bet on this guy before. Hamidou Diallo, over 10.5 points, is plus 100. He's done it in his last 8 of 9, averaging 13.8 points. He's done it in his last 8 of 9 at home, averaging 13.4 points. And his previous 2 meetings against Charlotte, he had 13 and 16.
I'm gonna have to look into that guy. I like that guy. I thought that guy was going to be better. He was like,
he was a pretty high pick.
Was he in like the Halliburton rookie class or something like that? Like a year or two,
like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, he's been a little bit of a dud, but
yeah,
super athletic. So, all right. I like that.
Okay.
We are definitely going to cull that list down to one pick. Because this game is just garbage.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We got the Kings at the Pacers. Pacers are getting 3 points at home. 235.5. Massive storyline game, right?
Yeah. You got the big trades, the Sabonis Halliburton trade. I'm a little worried here. You have the Pacers on a back-to-back. I have a feeling like they might tread lightly with Halliburton here, possibly. Right. So I say that. And also Fox is out tonight.
Oh, Fox is out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Did not know that. Yeah. Halliburton also played like over 30 minutes last night.
Yeah.
Which was really shocking.
Surprising, yeah.
Considering he's coming off of a multiple week injury.
Yeah.
So I could see them potentially restricting his minutes, but I don't know. This is like a pretty big game for him.
Yeah, I think so. I just have one play on this game on Sacramento side. It's Kevin Huerter, over 21.5 par, minus 120. In the 3 games he's played without De'Aaron Fox in the lineup this season, 28, 26, 26.
Okay.
All 3 games. And he's done it in his last 7 of 10 when he plays 24 plus minutes, which he will tonight for sure. And in those 3 misses, so he's 7 out of 10. The 3 times he missed, he had 21 par in all 3 games. So I think this is I like this one a lot tonight. Yeah.
And you like the par better than his points?
Yeah, because if you look, especially with Fox out, you see his assists and rebounds tick up. So I feel like this gives us some extra play. And I feel like he could just clear this on points alone. But yeah, I like it. I like all 3.
I want to dive into that trend line with Fox being out. I want to see that. Nothing on Sabonis, huh? I mean, this is like the like your favorite
the
spot.
Narrative. I know.
First game. I think this is his first game back in Indy.
Mm-hmm.
They played earlier this season. He didn't have a very good game in that.
I feel like Miles Turner, especially, just got this big deal. Like he's going to be trying to shut Sabonis down. Like there's like something there. And I also didn't love it with Fox being out, so it kind of throws a wrench in things. So I backed off.
Yeah, I agree. And his line was really high. It was like 22 points or something like that.
It was.
I was even contemplating fading him, but that's not a good play.
No.
All right, let's move on. We got the Blazers at the Wizards. Wizards are -4. Total, again, is a nice total, 236.5.
Okay, you ready for my first fade ever?
Yes, do it.
I just posted this up to Twitter a little while ago. But Damian, so Yusuf Nurkic is out tonight.
Yes, right? I saw that. He's going to be out for a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah. So here's what Dame does when Nurkic is out. Points wise, 34. The 2 lines I like are 34.5 points and 42.5 points and assists.
Mm-hmm.
They're both there, -110, -115. Both has not done since last season in 8 games when Nurkic sits out. 0 for 8.
Why do you think that is? Nurk is a playmaker or what? Like,
why do I think that is? I think I don't know. I think he's a big part of their offense, and I don't know. I didn't do an extra amount of digging, but I don't know like what their record was in those games. Like maybe those games that Nurk's out, there's just they're losing, they're getting blown out. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just the line alone, it was like 34.5 points. You said, right?
So high.
It's so high. He's done it. He's crossed that line. I think in what'd you say? 4 out of the last 5 games he's done it. I think so.
Those are all home games, though. So this is my other point, is that he's on the road. He's terrible this season. He's only done this in 2 of his last 10, and he's played 17 road games this season. He's only cleared 34.5 points 4 times.
Right.
17 road games.
And I think the Wizards are pretty good at defending.
They are.
The guard position.
They are.
I like all of that. I thought you were for sure going to come up with like a Eubanks play or something like that on this one.
I know. I got all my luck with him the other day. I know we didn't post it up. It was just me and you texting, but he had a good, big game on it. It was his birthday the other day. We forgot to call it out, and he had a monster game.
I mean, he did benefit from the fact that Nurk went out after 2 minutes into the game.
Yes.
But listen, hey.
I did look into him when Nurkic was out, but nothing was popping off the way this was for Dame. So
okay.
But one that did pop out was Jeremy Grant, over 6.5 rebounds. It's a little pricey at minus 140, but he's done it in all 5 games this season with Nurkic out.
Yeah, I like that. I was trying to figure out who would take that. What's the I forgot his name now. The young guy on
Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp.
He's awesome, man.
I was looking at him. I kind of thought he would get some increased minutes. Does he start or
no? He doesn't start. No,
he doesn't start. Yeah,
no.
Yeah, and he only plays about 20 minutes a game. So
yeah,
if his minutes start to rise, this could be an opportunity to
start. I looked a little bit at him, but his playing time's so sporadic and up and down. It's like it's hard to get any decent trends.
Yep. So. All right, let's move on. We got the 7:30 game. Suns at the Celtics. Celtics are -9. I think the line's actually moved up closer to 10. Total is 221.5. Anybody standing out for you here?
Yes, 2. So I did a little analysis here of Celtics production when Marcus Smart's out of the lineup. So Jason Tatum over 38.5 PR, -125. He's done it in 8 of 9 games this season when Marcus Smart doesn't play, including all 6 home games without Marcus Smart. On top of that, regardless of whether Smart's playing or not, he's done this in 9 straight home games. He's done it in 8 of his last 10 overall, and he's done it in 10 of 12 on one-day rest.
Nice.
Hi, Sam.
What are you getting? Okay, go ahead. All right. I had a little guest. What do we got?
Tatum.
Yeah,
so
Tatum.
Yeah. 9 straight home games. It's just,
I like that. I just my only concern is that this ends up being a blowout again. Similar to the Nets game the other day. What do you think?
I didn't expect it in the Nets game. So it has a chance for sure. But yeah, I don't know. You can't always play predicting the blowout. So I don't know. There's a lot of compelling evidence here. So
definitely,
yeah.
On brighter news, Booker I think is going to return sometime in the next couple of games. So that'll be good.
All right, that would be good. I got one more from this game. Al Horford over 2.5 assists.
Yes.
Nice.
I didn't write it down, but I was probably, out of all the things I looked at, I like that one the most.
So without Smart in the lineup since last season, he's cleared this in 19 of 23 games without Marcus Smart.
Wow.
And at home without Marcus Smart, he's done it in 13 of 14 games without Marcus Smart. How awesome is that?
Hometown hero.
Also, he's done it in 12 straight at home without Smart, including all 6 this season.
Okay.
He's also done it just overall in 8 out of 10, which is pretty good. And his last 2 games against the Suns, 7 and 3.
Yeah, I like that one. I was kind of looking at all of his stats, but the assist was the most compelling, I thought.
And bigs are the best position to target against Phoenix. So
I love. Well, first of all, he's got 2 of the best scorers in the league, right? That throw the ball to. And second of all, I just love that 2.5 line on assists. Yeah. It's just so easy to get to.
Yeah.
Let's see if
you could just feel it. You could see it. Like Smart being out, he takes that responsibility on himself to become more of a creator for the rest of the team. So I like that.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be doing a whole lot down low against Ayton. So
yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that. The only other guy who was standing out a little bit for me, I didn't have an official play, was Derek White. Just recent performance, last 4 games, points he's put up 23, 15, 14, 14. And his line was 12.5. So
Yeah.
I like that, but I laid off just because his previous game against the Suns, he only had 7 points. So
yeah. All right.
Raptors at the Rockets. Looks like Green and Porter are still out. Rockets are getting 7.5 at home, and totals 225. This might be one.
OG is also out tonight.
OG's out. Yeah, he's gonna be out, I think, for a few more games. Yeah. This is one of the final games probably before the Raptors start just dealing everybody. It seems that way, right?
Yeah. So I got 2 here. Best target against the Rockets is wings, point guards, and forwards, and against the Raptors, point guards and combo guards. I like Fred VanVleet tonight. Yeah, you were on it?
Well, let's see if we had the same stat.
PA, points and assists. Nice.
29.5, right? Is that what you had?
Yep.
Minus 120.
Yep.
7 out of the last 10. 36 versus Houston.
Yeah, and not only that, when OG's out, 6 of 7 this season.
Yeah. I like that.
6 of 8 on the road. Yeah, so beautiful.
I think he may have cleared this line just on points alone last time they played. I
didn't even look into his against Houston.
Oh yeah, he had a monster game. I don't know when that game was.
I like it even more then.
I don't know if you just said this because we were both talking, but last 5 games with 1 day rest.
No, I didn't look at that.
38.2 he's averaging.
38.2. Nice. Nice.
So got that.
I like it.
A lot of compelling. I mean the chatter on this game is this is a Siakam game because he got snubbed from the All-Star game.
But they've played since those All-Stars. He's played since then.
No, didn't the reserves just come out last night?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah. So I think this is the first game since officially finding out he's not in. So there's a couple storylines there. We're going to get to one of them next. But anyway, I still didn't like his lines. It just seemed really high.
Yeah.
So FVV it is.
FVV, yeah.
Anybody on the Rocket side?
Yeah, I'm going to go here.
You dare to do Sengunis?
No.
Or Kmart Jr.?
No.
No? Who else is left? Oh, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Eric Gordon?
Yes. Dude,
he had a really big game last game after we trashed him.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
So I like his points. I also like his par. So let's just do his points. He's played 3 games this season without Green and Porter in the lineup. He's put up 25, 24, and 24. And his par in those same 3 games it's 22.5 is his line. He put up 31, 31, and 29 in those 3 games without Green and Porter. All recent, obviously.
And what is his line for points and par?
Points is 19.5.
Yeah.
And par is 22.5.
Oh, the par is even better.
Yeah, I like the par. Minus 125.
I mean, how can you go from trashing the guy, saying we're never going to play him again, and then a game later?
You didn't have when I trashed him last time. I didn't know about his output without these guys, and now these guys aren't playing. So
yeah, it must be so refreshing for him to not play with those guys.
Oh God,
right? He's like for the first time in 4 years, I can play basketball again. And not just watch these guys go one-on-one with their defender every play.
Isolation offense. Yeah.
That team is just not built for success.
No, they're terrible.
A lot of individual talent, but not a good team.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else in this?
Nope.
All right. Let's move on.
Yep.
We got the Magic at the T-Wolves. I got all sorts of notes, but it's all on one guy. T-Wolves are -5, totals 229.5.
I didn't have much on this game, although I wanted to. This is probably one of the, for me at least, one of the more interesting games tonight. The only one I could get to was Markelle Fultz.
We love him.
Yeah. I liked his points tonight, though. 12.5, minus 130. He's done it in 6 of his last 9 road games. If you look at his home road splits, he's much better, especially scoring-wise on the road. So 6 of 9, not super compelling. But in the 6 game, when he does clear, he clears by a lot. So in the 6 games that he cleared, his output was 18, 23, 20, 18, 16, 16. And his line's only 12.5. So either he's going to get there and crush it, or he's going to have like 8 points. So
let's hope for the latter.
Yes.
Or
the latter.
The former.
The former. Okay. Yes. The former.
Sorry. All right. I liked Anthony Edwards.
I had a feeling.
He's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's the kind of guy. Maybe I'm just biased because I watched the movie Hustle.
Yeah.
But I do think he portrayed that character a little too easily, so it reflects his own demeanor. But I think he's going to go off tonight. So 27.5 points was his line. That's where I started. He doesn't get there that often. Let me see. I got so many notes on him, but against Orlando, where they played on back in November, he went off for 35 points and 7 threes. So I kind of went on this whole like circular journey of like, what am I going to play on him? The thing that I liked the most, which I thought was the most value, was actually 4 threes. So again, he had 7 against Orlando, but in the last 6 games, he's had 4 threes 5 times.
Oh yeah,
5 out of 6. And the one game that he didn't have 4 threes, he had 3 threes. He's putting up 11 plus.
Him and D Russ, they've just been
D Russ
jacking up threes.
Against the Warriors, I think had 19 attempts.
Yeah,
he was hitting them all, and then he stopped hitting them.
Yeah,
but yeah, I like that. I also think 35 points is a good play.
Yeah,
he's done that 3 times this season. I think 30 points is probably a better play. 30 points is plus 130. But I after looking at all those variations, I came to 4 threes being the best value at plus 140.
Okay. All
right.
How do you feel about your boy Banchero tonight in this game? Think he's got a 30 in him?
I don't know.
An Edwards Banchero 30-point.
Oh, 30-30?
Yeah.
How many times has he made it to 30?
I don't know.
Not often.
Yeah.
Who could put up 30 on Orlando?
I mean, he's got your back. Cole Anthony can get hot and do it. But I think Banchero's probably your best shot.
Yeah, the problem is he doesn't hit a lot of threes, right? He doesn't attempt a lot of threes, doesn't hit a lot of threes.
No. He had 38 against Philly 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But other than that, let's see how many times this season he's gotten to 30. His line is 20. His line's the same as Edwards tonight, actually.
Oh, really? It's 27.
Yeah. He's gotten to 30 points in 15 games this season. 33% of his games.
I think of him more as like a 20 to 22 point
guy.
I did
too.
But which he is on average, but he kind of gets up there a little higher.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. So was that a play for you, or are you just throwing it out there?
No. I just thought of it. Forwards is a pretty decent matchup against Minnesota. And no, I just thought of it now.
Got it. All right. Next game, we got 76ers at the Spurs. Spurs are plus 10. Total is 234.5. Who do you like here?
Only one. I did a little digging into without Sochan in the lineup. So Keldon Johnson over 4.5 rebounds. It's minus 145, which I don't love. But he's done it in 25 of his last 28 games without Sochan in the lineup, including 6 of 7 this season, and all 4 home games without him in the lineup. So he picks up those extra rebounds.
These are nice opportunities when you've right when a guy gets hurt. The lines haven't fully accounted for his absence. So if you can go back and look at other games where they missed, then you might be able to get some value before they catch up.
Yep.
But going up against the Sixers, I don't know. Their defense is a little stout. So
the Sixers, yeah, it is. But
all right. Anybody on the Sixers side?
No, that was my only play from this game.
I mean, Embiid,
I'm worried about the blowout.
Yeah, if this game isn't a blowout, which I like because it's in San Antonio, so I think there's a chance. And actually, San Antonio, I think, beat the 76ers.
It was like the third game of the season.
Yeah, they had
something like
Vassell and all these guys.
Yeah,
but Embiid had 40 points and 13 rebounds in that game. This could be another monster Embiid game.
But they were much more competitive that game, I feel like. Now they don't have Vassell, they don't even have Sochan. They're
right.
Yeah.
I mean, my initial play on Embiid, which I ultimately crossed out, but I'll just throw it out there. I liked Embiid with 10.5 rebounds, minus 130.
That I like better than the points.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
But what I ended up going with was actually Harden, 6.5 rebounds, for plus 114. A lot of plus money bets here. Reason why I liked it: he's 5 for his last 10, getting 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
His last 2 games, he's had 8 and 9, and his one game against the Spurs, he had 9. He went 12, 12, and 9. He almost had a triple double in that game. Nice. So I think 7 rebounds is good value for him.
Yeah, those are good. I mean, your two best positions against the Spurs this year are combo guards, which is Harden, and bigs, which is Embiid. So
perfect.
Yeah,
maybe play them both and hope they both hit. All right, last game we got the Hawks at the Jazz. Jazz minus 1.5. A big total, 241 in this game. I love my play in this game.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what it is, so I'm going to let you take it.
You know who it is, but you don't know what it is.
Let's say.
Go ahead, give your intro.
Okay.
It's better if I build this up.
Okay. Walker Kessler?
No.
Oh no.
I do like him in this game though.
Dude, I mean, big men against Atlanta is you cannot not play this. I mean, you have to. I went with his points and rebounds, 19.5.
Yeah,
he's done it in 7 of 9 overall, and his last 6 of 7 at home in the best matchup in the NBA, big men against the Hawks. So I like that, and then I also like Lauri Markkanen. We're gonna run that back. Same thing as the other night. And actually, his line the other night was 33.5 PR. Now it's 35.5. It's went up 2 points.
Wow.
But he still cleared that in 7 of his last 9 at home. So he seems to just do really well at home in a great matchup against Atlanta. So those are your two. Your bigs and forwards are where to target Atlanta, and those are the starting power forward and center for the Jazz. So
yeah, those are good plays. I like that. I went with Capella, my boy.
Okay,
but for the first time ever, I'm going with an assist
for Capella.
Yes.
What is it? Half of that?
Yeah,
assist?
1 assist. Yeah. It's juicy. It's minus 145. But he's done it in 5 of his last 7 games, and I just feel that tonight is the night for him to get
tonight is his night.
With 241 points being scored in the game, and against Portland, he had 3 assists, and against the Clippers, he had 2 assists. So while he doesn't necessarily get an assist every game, he does get multiple in some. So that was encouraging to me. So it just seemed like a very simple, this could be over in the first 10 minutes of the game.
That would be lovely.
I love that. Or it could be sweating it out till the end of the game. But
so this was Capella, 1 assist. Okay. All right.
Down. All right. We did it.
Nice work. We're gonna circle back and go through our picks, and we'll post them up on Twitter shortly.
All right.
All right. Nice work.
Have a good night.
You too.